Honey, when I tell you I'm so sick and tired of these people, I am so sick and tired of these people. Press a two in the chat if you sick and tired of these people too. When I tell you we got to talk about this situation right here, we got to get the word out to let these people know we're not playing with y'all. Okay, we're not going to stay silent. We're going to speak up. And I'm so sorry to all my black men that have to go through this bull crap. I'm so sorry. And I stand with my black men. So I'm going to bring up this video and I'm going to show you guys some other people what they have to say about this. And then afterwards, I'm going to give my commentary, but I would love for you guys to let me know your thoughts. So please leave your comments in the comment section. We got to talk about this, y'all. All right. So it's a father. This happened in Chicago. This is in Chicago, y'all. This is sad. Let's roll the clip.
Okay, so I'm gonna record this. So I'm sitting out here with a pool with my children. I'm the only black man out here. So the nice white people come out here and tell me if I don't show them my ID, I have to leave. But no one else has to show their ID. So now she's gonna call the police on me. And the police are gonna come in front of my children. And they smiling. Look at her smiling. They're smiling. She's smiling. But our residents here. You being recorded. I'll be here. When the police come, I'll be here. So now they calling the police on me. Karen and her friend, she's smiling because they're going to call the police on me because I don't have an ID on me. Who takes an ID to the swimming pool? And not just that, nobody else has been asked to show their identification. All right, let's see how this works out. This is crazy. Now my children are here. This is in front of my children. Welcome to Chicago. Look at the white man, he's swimming. The guy, does the kid over there, does he need his ID? They are calling the police on me. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Where you going, Al? What? I'm not getting my ID. I don't have to show them no ID to be at the pool. Karen up and the other lady just smiling. This is crazy. I don't want y'all to be traumatized by this though. No, don't cry. You don't have to cry. So have a seat, Kingston. They're not gonna put me in jail.
Please, just get your ID.
No, we can just because we're black, we can sit it just like everybody else. Wow, welcome to Chicago. Yeah.
Wow. Man, this is heartbreaking. You see his child, black young boy crying, have to witness this. And you notice how all these white men in the background, all these white people around the pool, they didn't stop. They didn't get up. They didn't say, hey, you know, that's not necessary. He stays here. We don't have our ID either. Everybody is silenced and you know what I'm saying? And this is how they want it to go. This is Make America Great Again. And it's only going to get worse. Okay. So honey, this is so heartbreaking. This is so heartbreaking. I'm so sorry that black man had to go through that, a black father. Okay. Now I'm going to go here to see what other people have to say about this on social media, if y'all don't mind. Man, what are y'all thoughts about that? I want to know. Put them in the comment section. I got to know, because after that, I got something to say too. I got a lot to say about this because I'm not liking this. No, I'm not liking it, and I'm not going to lay down and just allow them to continue to do black people like this without saying nothing. Everybody need to start speaking up. So I'm going to go through here.
Today we'll tell you about a black family that faced harassment from two white women while trying to enjoy the pool at a hotel in Chicago suburb. Leo Sullivan and his children were staying at the Arton of Warrenville Hotel when one of the women called cops on them not once but twice. One of the women repeatedly demanded to see Leo identification, even though he had already provided proof they were registered guests at the hotel. Leo and his attorney, Michael Sterling, join us right now. Glad to have y'all here. Leo, first and foremost, How long were y'all staying at this hotel?
We had booked the hotel for, we booked the Airbnb for 5 days.
Okay, so this was an Airbnb or was it a hotel?
It was an Airbnb, my bad, Airbnb.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So was this a common pool for residents with properties there?
Yes, it was a common pool. Actually, it was our last day there, and my 8-year-old, he had wanted to spend some time at the pool, and since it was the last day there, I decided to take him down there. We all went down as a family, and that's when everything transpired. As we were sitting at the pool, I was reading a book, and I was approached by this young lady, and she was very agitated. She was adamant. She told me that I had to leave the pool, but actually, her verbatimly, she said, "You people have to leave." And I was like, "Pardon me?" And she was like, "You have to leave." And I was like,
You
"Why
people.
would I have to leave?" And she was like, "You don't belong here." And I do belong here. And then she went on to question me.
Did you hear that? You people. You people. Did y'all hear that? You people don't belong here. If that don't sound like racism, if that don't sound like back in the 1800s, I don't know what else sounds like. Y'all need to comment about this.
And I remember explaining to her that I'm staying here. This is the room that I'm in, the apartment that I'm in. I showed her my keys, and she had if you look at the film, the young lady has a piece of paper, and she looked on a piece of paper, and she saw that I actually were a resident there. I was living there for those 5 days, and she just stormed off, and I went back to reading my book. And the next thing I know, she came with this other female, and she was very agitated, and she just said, "You have to leave." And I was saying, "Leave for what?" And she was just really upset. And she told me that the reason I had to leave because I wasn't a resident then. I was like, I do live here. I'm in an Airbnb, and just everything just went left. And that's when she be.
So I'm confused. Are these white women security?
Oh, do y'all mind if I talk to y'all for a second? Huh? Because I got something to say. Look, I need everybody to stop. Stop right now. I need every black man watching this to hear me. I need you to know something that nobody told you today. Maybe this week, maybe not this year, but we see y'all. We see you. Press 2 in the comments if you see these black men, these black fathers. We see you getting up every morning through the world that question your white right to breathe. Hell, we see you fathering your kids in a country that treats you like a threat for doing the exact same thing a white man get praised for. We see y'all, and we got y'all back. When I tell you, I heard that baby say, "Daddy, you need to go to jail. You gonna go to jail?" I had to get from my chair, y'all. I just had to. Honey, not because I was crying, because I was counting. Okay? I was counting how many seconds before I would have, you know what? Let me not say what I would have done on this platform, but honey, that's the point, ain't it? That's the point. That baby already knew the math. Huh? Kingston, little Kingston, 6, maybe even 7. He already got the algorithm memorized. Police plus black man equals black man might not make it alive, right? Black man might die. He didn't learn that from no TikTok. He learned that from America, from the air, from the water he was swimming in before these demons walked up on his father. And honey, I see y'all in the comments too. 10 seconds deep, huh? 10,000 deep of y'all in the comments. Somebody said they don't see our kids as kids. And you right. No way she would have walked up and said that if she would have saw those kids as kids. Honey, it hurt my heart seeing that little boy cry. Honey, me too. Me too. But you know what else it did? It made me want war. It really did, because I am so sick. I am so sick of our babies learning fear before they even learn to float. So let's set the scene, because some of y'all, and I read every last comment, I see y'all and I feel y'all. Some of y'all need the full picture so you can understand exactly what kind of evil we dealing with. This brother, this father sitting at the pool with his kids in his own apartment. Okay, he was a resident there. It was the Airbnb. He was a resident there for this time. The only black man out there. And here come Becky and Brenda, or Karen and Susan, however you want to name it, or whatever the government names they got. And I don't care what their names are, because, honey, works just fine to me. Honey is what you call somebody when you too disgusted to learn their name. When I say, honey, okay? When you addressing demons through mock tendencies, honey, can I see your ID? ID at the pool. Who takes their ID to the swimming pool, y'all? I don't even take my ID to the damn mailbox. Do y'all take your ID to the mailbox? Press 5 if you don't take your ID to the mailbox. But she wants ID. Not from the white man swimming laps. She didn't say you need to get out the pool. We need to see your ID. Not from the little white kid with the floaties. Not from her friend who walked up with the martini. Okay? Just him. Just from that black father enjoying his Sunday with his sons. And honey, he said no, because he's staying there. Because he belongs there. And that's when that smile came, honey. She was starting to smile. Like, yeah, I'm about to call the cops on your ass. You getting it now, buddy. Now let me talk about that damn smile she had. Because the babies was crying, right? The sons was crying, and that's what broke the internet, those boys crying. But the smile is what broke my spirit, and I don't break easy, y'all. She's standing there on her phone with 911 or property management. I believe it was 911 she was talking to, or whoever she thinks is her personal hit squad, right? And she over there smiling. Yeah, bright eyes, while this man's child is just crying, hyperventilating and shit, right? While Kinston is crying, saying, Daddy, they're going to put you in jail. Can you please get your ID? And she just over there smiling. You see her face, y'all? Did you see it? And you know what that smile is, right? That's that mega smile. Yeah, that's that Make America Great Again smile. That's the smile, is the same energy as the people who stormed the Capitol. That's their type of smile. That's the smile, is I finally get to use my power on your black ass. Yes. That smile is the police are on their way to handle my light work. That smile is every slave catcher who got paid extra for bringing back a runaway. That smile is every bystander at a lynching who brought their kids for a picture of the lynching. Did y'all know that? They used to bring their kids to watch us get lynched. Did y'all know that? Press 7 if you knew that. How demonic is that? You bringing your kids to watch black people get lynched? Honey, that smile is evil. It's pure, it's unfiltered, demonic, mega evil. And honey, don't you tell me I'm being too dramatic. Don't tell me somebody, or maybe she was nervous. Nervous people don't fidget. Nervous people look away. Evil people smile. She was enjoying this shit. They love to enjoy black pain. I told y'all that. They love to see your little kids cry and suffer. They love to see black men get humiliated. They love it. It's a humiliation ritual they got going on. She was getting off on it, y'all. She was watching that black man squirm in front of his kids, and it was giving her life to emasculate him like that. And you know what? Some of the comments said it, and I felt this in my chest. She's smiling because she never been slapped. Ooh. They said she's smiling because she never been slapped in her face. My God. And that's what it is, y'all. She ain't never had no consequences. Woo! She ain't never had her teeth introduced to the damn concrete. That's the problem. Honey, look, she thinks she can just do this, just weaponize her whiteness at a pool like it's a pool noodle, right? Like it's just a toy. Honey, they smiling because they anticipate your demise when the cops show up. Yeah, they hope the cops take it there. And you're right. They smiling because they know the statistics. Yes, they do. They know what happens when police show up to a pool with a black man. They know this. And they hoping for it. They hope for this shit. They hope for the worst. That's not a concerned citizen. That is a terrorist. All because he was sitting in the pool? All because he was sitting on the pool minding his business. He wasn't blasting loud music. He wasn't selling drugs. He was minding his business with his kids. And honey, the white man kept swimming. Did you see that? Did y'all catch it? Those white men there, honey, they were unbothered. They were uninterrupted, living a whole different reality, while a black man and his black kids learn to fear the police before they learn to float. And you see that? That's America in one frame. Two Americans, okay? And one where you swim in peace and one where you swim in terror. But let's talk about the daddy, because in the middle of this terrorism, this brother is parenting. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that this black man is parenting? In front of all this, he is still a parent. He's parenting. He's not just defending himself, y'all. He's talking to his son. Have a seat, Kingston. That's what he called him, Kingston. Don't cry. You don't have to cry. And I'm watching this like, how? How are you this calm? How are you this composed? Because me, honey, I would have been in that damn pool. Do you hear me? Not swimming, just standing there looking like I'm about to be baptized gone wrong, okay? But he stayed calm. He recorded and he said, "Welcome to Chicago." And honey, when he said that, when he said, "Welcome to Chicago," I felt that. I felt that in my bones. That wasn't a greeting. That was a war cry. That was, this is where we live and we still here. That was a black man saying, yeah, this is America and I dare you to move. I dare you to move me. Okay? I dare you. Welcome to Chicago, honey, where the pizza is deep and the racism is deeper. Welcome to Chicago, where you can get police called on you for swimming while black. Welcome to Chicago, where Karens call the cops and smile while your baby cries. Honey, but here's what kills me. He shouldn't have to be that strong. He shouldn't have to be that strong. He shouldn't have to be a superhuman father in the face of a state-sponsored humiliation. He shouldn't have to comfort his kids while being harassed. He shouldn't have to teach a 6-year-old that just because we're black, we can sit here just like everybody else. A 6-year-old shouldn't need that lesson. Not at the pool, not on a Sunday, not ever. It's a Sunday. Ain't Sunday God's day? And to that father, I don't know your name, but I know your spirit. You stood there. You protected your babies, and you said, "Welcome to Chicago," like it was a warning. And it was. We love you. We honor you. We see you, and we ride for you. And, honey, I see y'all in the comments, honey. Some people are saying I'm ready to sue. Okay, file that lawsuit. Sue them. Honey, they need to pay for that baby tears and fears. Okay, fired and sued, removed from all economic benefits. Honey, I love y'all and I love that energy. Sue until their grandkids feel it. Do you hear what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. And I know y'all don't want to hear this. Money don't fix a child's trauma. A settlement don't unhear, "Daddy, you gonna go to jail?" A lawsuit don't wipe away the image of a white woman smiling while she tries to have your father killed. Because that's what it is. That's what it is when you calling the cops. Yeah, you want that black man killed. That's what it is. Let's be clear. When she called the police on a black man at a pool with his kids, she wasn't calling for help. She was calling for a potential execution. That's what that was. She was calling for potential execution. She was calling, honey, she was rolling the dice on his life. And she knew that shit. And she smiled about it. Honey, they should be arrested for false call. Yes, they should. Honey, I want them people arrested. Yes. Okay. How is this not filing a false report? Thank you. This is not a misunderstanding. This is not a oopsie daisy. This is weaponized 911 call. This is a hate crime. This is terrorism in my eyes. So sue. Yes. Yes. But also, we need to start calling the police on them too. Yeah. Honey, we need to start calling the police on them for harassment. Real effing talk. Call the police on them, period. Yes, for harassment, for making false reports, for emotional terrorism. We need to demand they ass be fired, not just from this job, from every job, every job. We need their names. We need their faces, their addresses. We need them famous out here in these streets. Not just internet famous, infamous, baby. Okay? We need their neighbors to know, their churches to know, their mega mamas to know what they raised as a demon who makes kids cry for sport. Protect the kids. Honey, they are harming the kids. Woo! Boycott the whole apartment chain. That's what some people are saying. Yes. Hit them where it hurts, their pockets, their employment, their comfort, their smile, because they think it is free. But honey, make it expensive. Make it, you gotta pay for that damn smile, honey. You gotta pay for it. And honey, don't tell me this is just one incident. Don't tell me this is just isolated incidents like y'all like to do. Well, this is just an isolated incident. Are you cool? Don't tell me this is just a few bad apples, honey, because this tree, this is the soil and this is the root, okay? And honey, somebody said it and this hit me. This is how Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre started. Exactly like this. Do y'all remember that? Press 5 if you know your history about Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre. Okay, the massacre. That's how it started. And you're right. You're absolutely right. It started with a white woman claiming a black man was somewhere he should not be. It started with a white woman feeling emboldened. It started with a white woman using the system as her personal weapon. And it ended with black bodies in the street, black wealth burning to the damn ground. Honey, she said, show your papers. It's still deep down in their souls, but they say racism is dead. Dead? Don't y'all still got sundown towns out here? Racism ain't dead. Racism is thriving, especially in that big ass White House. Okay? Racism got a poolside membership and a damn smile. Racism is calling 911 on a Sunday afternoon while a baby is crying. And in 2026, we are in 2026. Honey, 2026 and still with this bullshit. And honey, they still think they can do this. They still think show your papers is valid request at a community pool. They still think our kids aren't kids. They still think our pain is just their entertainment. Honey, it's sad that these women are so committed to their hatred that they can make these kids uncomfortable, upset without any care at all. And you know what? It's insane that young black boys immediately know that fear of police. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Every single one of you is right, y'all. And I'm reading y'all. I'm feeling y'all because we are exhausted. We are exhausted with this shit. So, honey, here, this is what we gonna do. Because I don't just come here to rant. I come here to give you a manual, a survival guide, the war plan. Honey, 1, record everything. Pop that camera out, record. Not just for the lawsuit, for the culture. Record it, baby. For the archives, record it. So when they try to say racism is behind us, no. We got 4K evidence that it never left. Hello. Record her. Always record for your safety. Always. I don't care if they say don't record me. You better record. Number 2, know your rights. Know your rights. But know this too, y'all. Your rights don't protect you from a bullet. So be smart about it. Be smart. This brother, he had strategy. He was calm. He was firm. He didn't give them a reason to escalate, but he also did not back down. Okay? Y'all got to learn. This is a space between survival and dignity. Number 3, protect your kids, not just physically. I'm talking about the mind, psychologically protect your kids. Talk to them before this happens. Talk to them, because if this is going to happen, if it hasn't happened yet, baby, it's coming. You in America, it's coming. Give them the language. We belong here. Yeah, they need to know that. We belong here. We have a right to be here. Just because we're black, we can sit here just like everybody else. Give them the words so when the tears come, they got something to hold on to. Number 4, economic warfare. Honey, boycott the complex, boycott the hotel chain, the apartment chain, boycott whatever business employs these women. Hit them where it hurts, they pockets. Never spend your dollars where you are not respected. Never. 5, community defense. If you see this is happening, don't just record it. Intervene. Be a witness. Be a buffer. Be a body between a black person and the police, because the police ain't coming to help. They coming to finish the damn job she started. You know what I mean. And to the father, that brother at the pool, that king, I don't know your name, but I know your spirit, and you stood there. You protected your babies. You said, welcome to Chicago, like it was a warning. And it was. To the Karens, to the goddamn Beckys, to the mega demons who think a phone call is a weapon, hear me clear. We are not your entertainment. We are not your project. We are not your 911 speed dial. And our kids are not your goddamn collateral damage. Kingston cried. But Kingston also heard his daddy say, we can sit here just like everybody else. And that seed is going to grow into a warrior, because that is what we do. We take their terrorism and we turn it into a damn testimony. We take their trauma and we turn it into teaching. But I am tired. I am so tired of having to be this strong. I am so tired of having to turn pain into purpose. I am so tired of welcome to Chicago being a war cry instead of a welcome. So yeah, sue their ass. Fire their ass, expose them, make them pay. But honey, more than that, never let them steal your joy. Not at the pool, not at the park, not nowhere. Because this pool is ours too. This country is ours too. And if they don't like it, hell, they can get out. They can get out. To every black man watching this, we love you. We see you. We got your back. and we riding that dawn. Welcome to Chicago.